Hi Bankman, this is Vasant Ponkshe, a retired bank officer from Bank of Maharashtra. Up till now, we have taken into account different aspects of the issue of government's intention to privatize some of the nationalized banks. Now, in the next leg, and before I conclude and I come to my submission, final submissions and my own perceptions for your consideration, we will have to look around in a very brief manner within a couple of minutes as to what is happening around us at national level, maybe at international level. As everybody has said, as everybody in IMF and World Bank and expert economists, they have said that because of the corona, the global economy has taken a worst hit, and it's like a never before. There is no precedent what to do, how to react, what are the steps to be taken. So they say it's like never before. So they're expecting worst recession to come, and hundreds of crores of people will be pushed into below poverty line all over the world. Now it is estimated that Indian banks may need more capital to the extent of 20 to 50 billion dollars. You imagine. Whatever nationalized banks are there, maybe even private banks, if we take all of them together, the experts say in coming couple of years or 2 3 years, the banks may require more capital in the range of say 20 to 50 billion dollars. On the other hand, government is going to borrow 12 lakh crores of rupees. Imagine what is going to happen to the deficit finance. The latest data about June which has come, it is estimated that in India itself more than 48 lakh jobs have gone, maybe from private industry, semi-private. Government as yet, we have not come many across any news about government, but restrictions are there, cost cutting is there, DA has been freezed, and avoidable expenditure is being curtailed, and all these things are there. And recently a news has come the finance ministry has not allowed the carry forward of their budget, quarterly budget. If a ministry is not able to spend the budgeted amount during the quarter ending June, then carry forward is not allowed. So to that extent, restrictions are coming. In such a situation, it is also estimated that rupee will become more and more weak, and we know what is going to happen to that. On the other hand, RBI has come up with a payment infrastructure investment fund. We would like to see how much funds can be invested. Initial corpus is said to be 500 crores. Now coming back a little to the IBC, the data says, the study says that during last few years after the introduction of IBC, more than 6,50,000 crores of haircuts have been taken by the bank. Imagine. There are no compiled figures as far as the recovery amount is there, but they say heat haircut taken by the banks is to the extent of 6,50,000 crores. Imagine. And as a result of these haircuts, as a result of these IBC proceedings, some companies have gone fat, and resultantly 1.1 million jobs have been lost thanks to IBC. Now, as a result of all this scenario, the investors are parking their funds in mostly strong banks, public sector banks, because investors have observed what has happened to Templeton Fund. Templeton has suddenly closed 6 of its funds, and the customers have been caught unaware. So that is also going on there. Now, nationalized banks have virtually choked the capital to be given to the NBFCs. Now, RBI says that all those NBFCs and housing finance companies, those who are not able to maintain their net NPA level below 6%, they will not be having any facility as far as the special liquidity campaign is concerned or special liquidity scheme is concerned. And at the same time, as I told you earlier, that it is estimated that the NPAs of banking sector in India, of course including public sector banks, will zoom to the level of 14% again, never before. So these things are happening around us. Now, as I told, cost cutting is there. On the other hand, digital payments are coming. Banks are going out from the banks, and those platforms are enjoying. China is all ahead of us. Whatever you may say about China, it is ahead of all of us. and 70% of the transactions in China take place through internet and so many internet users. It is said that the insurance companies are also going to take a big hit, and it is understood that the insurance companies in India are likely to close more than 1,000 of its branches all over India. Imagine what will happen. If insurance companies are going to close more than 1,000 branches, naturally the banks will follow the same suit. And there will be huge wave of surrendering the premises, reducing the premises, closure of the banks, closure of the banks, and this will have to keep into account. So, before I try to conclude my submission and arrive at some conclusion, so we have seen in three parts that initially I explained over 40-45 minutes, I explained the entire scenario. In between, I am trying to tell you in short what is happening around us. And at the end of this video, this part, I will be concluding my observations and my submissions. Imagine as of 2019, in private sector bank, there were 4,43,554 officers, 24 lakhs 83 clerks, 9,858 sub-staff, making total strength of private sector banks to the extent of 4,77,495. When public sector banks, there were 3,89,956 officers, 2,95,380 clerks, 1,21,647 sub-staff, making total staff strength of 8,06,983. Now, recent examples of problems of Punjab Maharashtra Cooperative Bank and Yes Bank cannot be ignored in this context. Let private sector banks show a way first that they can outclass public sector banks. Let them take the challenge to push reforms and relief packages of Government of India through them instead of through public sector banks. And if they are successful, then and then only a point can be taken for discussion about the privatization of public sector banks, according to me. One thing is certain here, that as I perceive today, it can be assessed that in case of privatization of public sector banks in India, there is not a good case at all. There is not a strong case at all. The point is not well founded, well grounded as far as the present situation is goes. And the recommendation to privatize public sector banks doesn't have any good steam in that. However, in given situation, according to me, a line of action for the bankmen, line of action for my bank colleagues in different banks, unite, fight, more fight, perform, more perform. Try your best and struggle with all the sacrifices at your disposal and give best of your performance to keep your own bank on its own legs and bank most viable bank. It shall be the only route available for bank staff of all cadres. While doing this, giving cooperation to the management, at the same time opposing wrongdoings of the management will have to be fought. Keeping updated and well skilled is also required to be followed by all bankmen. Now to conclude, when we can be done, what can be done at individual level to combat with likely good or bad situation in next 5 years or in a decade, how to remain relevant to the situation which may arise in next decade or so. I will try to examine, I will try to explain in my next video. So to conclude, my dear bankmen, unite, fight, perform, more perform, cooperate and oppose management on the wrongdoing to ensure that each of the public sector bank remains most viable on its leg and viable for long. That is the only option available to the bankmen. With this, I am trying to conclude my placement as far as my views about the government's likely attempts to privatize public sector banks. With this is Vasant Ponkshe, retired officer from Bank of Maharashtra, saying goodbye to you. Goodbye. Thank you, my dear bankmen. I wait for my next video. Thank you.